Niwan Maga, letters number 16. Skillful speech. In this world, speech is the most important way of communication. We use it to express our emotions and feelings. What are the factors that shape our way of speaking? The child's speech is first influenced by the parents or the environment in which she grows. When an innocent baby utters the first words, the mother finds them so very soothing. But later, this very same child, whose mind gets defiled, speech becomes unpleasant or obnoxious. The child who said, "I love you, Mom," most truthfully and lovingly, then gets annoyed or irritated over a trivial matter, may turn around and yell, "I hate you." There's a Jataka story. It shows how the environment shapes the speech to be wholesome or unwholesome. Two little baby parrots were blown away from their nest and floated down a river. The first one ended up at a monastery, and the second one floated further down the river into a cave, which was a bandit's hideout. The king of the country went hunting in the forest and was lost and wandered close to the bandit's hideout. The parrot, seeing the stranger, shrieked and chased him off. When the king went further, he entered the monastery where the other parrot lived, and he, seeing the stranger, welcomed him with soothing words and reassured him to come in and take a seat. The environment in which these two little parrots grew up shaped their words and the tones of their voice. One used words that were rough and abhorrent because those were the words he could hear in the unwholesome place he grew, while the other grew up in a wholesome environment, in a monastery. All day, this parrot heard compassionate and kind words, and he only knew words that were comforting and calming. Our development of speech happens in the same way as it happened in the case of the parrots. Good things come out of good speech, while hurtful speech may bring disappointment and unhappiness. To illustrate, let us look at another Jatak story where the Bodhisattva was born as an ox named Nandavisala. Nandavisala's master loved him and treated him as if it were his son, always speaking softly and kindly and lovingly and calling him my son. Nandavisala was so very grateful to the master for his kindness and wanted to help him in some way. One day, Nandavisala suggested to the master that he challenge the richest man in the village, that his ox is stronger than any other village can pull 100 carts just by himself and cover a full circle. The rich man took up the challenge and a date was set. It was a big event in the village. When the crowds had gathered, the master came to Nandavisala, who was waiting to pull the carts. And in a loud and rough, commanding voice, he said, "You beast, you rascal, now pull those carts, that is your work." Nandavisala was shocked to hear his master talk to him so harshly, not in his usual kindly, loving fashion. Nandavisala did not move at all, but stood rooted to the spot. People jeered at the master. Master lost the challenge and lost all his money and returned home dejected and heartbroken. Nandavisala saw his master sick, lying in bed, felt sorry for him and went to him and said, "Aren't you my father?" "Yes, I was, but not anymore." The ox replied, "If you are my father, why did you call me beast? Challenge the man and treat me like your son." This time the challenge, the man was twice the amount so that you would end up as a winner. The man did as he was to bid and spoke to Nandavisala as he normally did in a fatherly fashion and won. The man spoke kindly and was able to reap the benefits, but harsh speech brought him only Lord Buddha showed him how to develop skillful speech. Take the fourth precept, in which we undertake to refrain from gossiping, hate speech, frivolous speech, and lying. If we follow this training principle, we develop speech naturally. Lord Buddha explained to little Rahula the value of being truthful and honest by using a practical example. Lord Buddha asked Rahula Thero to empty the little water that was in the bucket after washing Lord Buddha's feet. He then asked, "What do you find now in the bucket, Rahula?" To which he replied, "Nothing, my lord. The vessel is empty." Lord Buddha then told Rahula, "That is what will happen if you lie. You would be empty." Then Lord Buddha requested Rahula to turn the bucket upside down and said that if you continue to lie, your life will be turning upside down. Finally, he showed the empty bucket and said that if you continue to lie, you will be empty like a bucket, and advised to reflect every time you spoke. In Samma Vaca Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya 5.198, Lord Buddha gave 5 principles to follow to develop skillful speech. They are: is it the right time to air your views? Is my advice purposeful or appropriate? What is my intention? Am I compassionate? How is the tone of my voice? Is it pleasing? To practice Sila, we have to consider Samma Vacha, Samma Ajiva, Samma Kammanta. Sila is the foundation of our development. Let us practice Sila and see peacefulness within. May all beings be happy and peaceful.